strong coffee. Thanks so much for joining us. My name's Emma, as I said, and I support prospective students from the Americas as a whole. We're delighted to invite and welcome Marshall scholars, and we do travel to the US at least twice a year. So I was on the West Coast actually quite recently, attending some of the NACAC fairs. I'd be delighted to meet you in person when I'm there next, and run, either in-person sessions or virtual sessions on our academic offering here at Nottingham. Please post any questions in the chat as you have any. But we do work very closely with our Department of Sport. We recruit quite a few US athletes every year from all over the US, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity for sports and David to tell you all about all things sports at Nottingham, and our what we offer and our facilities, etc. So over to you, David.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Emma. Hiya, everyone. My name's David Napton. I'll just start by sharing the screen and getting the presentation ready, but thank you very much again for joining us today. So hopefully everyone can see the presentation. That's perfect. So my name's David, like I said before, and my role is Athlete Support and Recruitment Officer. So I work in the Department of Sport at the University of Nottingham, and my role involves recruiting elite athletes to the university, so both domestically in the UK, but then also internationally as far away as Malaysia, China, but we do heavily recruit in America through the NCAA. And then I also work in kind of recruiting and supporting those athletes that we have recruited to the university, and providing support for them to manage what we call a dual career. So making the most of them as an athlete, and then also the most of them in their academics as well. So hopefully today I'll be able to give you a bit of a flavour of what sport at the University of Nottingham looks like, and how every single student, no matter what level they're at, can get involved in sport at the university to really give them a unique experience, which there aren't many universities in the country or even the world that can offer academic levels like Nottingham, but then also a sporting offer that everyone can get involved in. So the university is rich in heritage. So it is a Russell Group university, which is very similar, I'm sure a lot of you are aware, to the Ivy Leagues. We have purpose-built campuses in both China and Malaysia. So we're known as a university without borders. And what that means is we have a lot of students from across the world who are on all of our campuses. And we've got a rich history of research as well. I don't know if there's any Batman fans on the call today, but if there are anyone, they might recognise that house behind as being the Bruce Wayne mansion, so Wayne Mansions, which is in the films. And that is a deer park, which is only 5 minutes away from our University Park campus. So if you want to get a kind of picture of what the university looks like, it's very kind of green spaces, lots of kind of areas to explore as a student, and a lot of history as well within the university that people can come, be a student at, and kind of see what they've got and see kind of the history and have that true English university experience as well. The university and Nottingham as itself is a very historic medieval city. So I'm not sure if anyone's aware of the Robin Hood legend, but Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest are very associated with the city of Nottingham, and very much on the doorstep for you to have that historical experience to go and see the castle, visit art galleries and really see some history to give you a real student experience, or give any students on that call or anyone you might be working with that experience of what an English university looks like and what a traditional city also looks like as well. It's also got a really vibrant city centre, with lots of coffee shops, bars, cafes, nightlife that students would kind of expect. So if they want to go and explore the university and explore that nightlife and meet new people, there's a lot of options for them to do that as well. So it's got that really nice blend of both being a historical city, but then also having that vibrant city centre, being one of the larger cities in the UK, to still be able to go and explore and do everything that a student might want to do whilst they're at university as well. So whereabouts is Nottingham in the UK? Well, it is in the heart of the UK in an area known as the Midlands, which is literally in the middle of the country. It's got really good connections via public transport. So not to badmouth the American public transport system, but the UK is slightly better sometimes anyway, but we do get lots of kind of trains down to London, which is only 2 hours away, 5 hours by train up to Edinburgh. So if students are wanting to explore the UK and really see the whole of the UK whilst they're a student in England, there's great opportunities for them to do that. It's also got a really quick connection to the East Midlands Airport, which is less than 30 minutes away. So a lot of our student athletes, and when I start talking about the athlete program, there's a lot more downtime than you would have as a traditional American athlete. So there are opportunities for people to travel to Europe quite cheap, so around $40 to $50 return. And we have quite a lot of athletes go out on a Friday night. They might fly to somewhere like Bulgaria and fly back afterwards on a Sunday and not miss any lectures and not miss any sports. So they get that really nice blend and that really nice experience of having their academics, having the sport, and then also being able to travel, which, I mean, that's a really nice opportunity for them to be part of. So a bit more about sport. So joining our sporting family from the very top to elite sport, working with Olympians in our university, all the way down to someone who has never participated in sport. We have a unique award-winning sport offer, which is on our doorstep. So all students can get involved. They can be part of the beautiful campus, but they can also be participating. They can be watching high-level sport competition, having a go in some of our world-class facilities as well. So a really nice blend of opportunities available for everyone, irrespective of their levels. So some facts and figures about the university that some of you may or may not be aware of. We have twice been awarded the Sports University of the Year in the last 4 years. And what this is an award for, it's not just for our elite sport and our success winning national championships. It's also our support around mental health support, getting the student population more active on campus. So there's a really nice blend of opportunities for everyone to be involved in. Some rankings, 18th in the UK and 114th worldwide academically. And again, we are a large university and the 5th largest with around 34,000 students on campus. But when I mentioned before about the campus, we have 3 different campuses within Nottingham, and a lot of these are large kind of leafy green spaces. So actually, it doesn't feel like it's that big a university, but there's really nice opportunities for people to meet new people, lots of people to kind of see and explore the city and the university with as well. So a bit more about the green and gold, and I am wearing the green and gold. So this is our sport branding tops that we would wear, and all of our sports clubs, our recreational clubs are involved within the kind of green and gold brand as well. So we have 73 different sports clubs, which I know for a lot of kind of American sports is a lot more than would be kind of expected. And within that, we have 150 different teams within our Bucks League. So Bucks is a British University College Sport Championships, very similar to the NCAA, but we have a wide range of different Bucks teams as well, and a lot more kind of a recreational focus as well. But as you can see, we rank in the top 20 for all of our sports, with a lot of those being in the top leagues as well. And that stat from the London Olympics is a really nice one there, where we would have ranked if we were actually a country in the medal table as well. Here is a list of all of our sports. So you can see there's some very traditional English sports, such as your crickets and your rugbies, but we also have American football, and we do recruit heavily to the Americas for American football, for lacrosse, and various other sports. But then there's also some very quite niche sports in there, be it caving, floorball, or life saving, which are much more involved for people who might never have done the sport before, but to go out and explore the UK and see some facilities, some amazing kind of spaces, be it the First National Park, which is just on our doorstep in the Peak District, where we have a rambling society that go walking there on every weekend, or to kind of try caving in some of the kind of cliffs and caves that the UK has to offer. So it has a really wide range of different sports. There's a University of Nottingham, and again, within each of those sports, there are lots of opportunities, depending what your level is, or depending what the students you might be talking to level is, to be involved in sport, no matter what level they're at. And as we kind of all know, sport has some really positive physical benefits and mental benefits, and it can actually be proven to improve attainment for students whilst they're at the university. So they get to get a really nice experience of getting their degree, actually improving their opportunities to get a better degree because of the stress relief that sport can have, and they can also meet lots of new people. One of the offers that we have is our recreational sport offer. So this is really popular, and it is open to all our students to access through the health and fitness programs. And this can include climbing, swimming, alongside our kind of traditional gym offer as well. So you can see a list of some of the different types of activities we have on there. We have group exercises, and we have virtual workouts as well available to everyone who can be part of that. If a student is a member of one of our halls of residence on our Jubilee or University Park campus, which is where most of our halls are based, they would get free access to all of these classes, the social sport program, and the gym and swimming pool as well. So it's a really nice offer, and we want every student who comes to the university to really feel that they are part of sport and they can access sport, physical activity, meet new people, and kind of try new things whilst at university, which I'm sure we all agree is a big part of what coming to a university is about. We also have campus sport leagues. So these are a bit more competitive, and part of the intramural sport program, where teams can get together and play against other teams within the university. We have over 3,000 students taking part, and over 130 football teams alone, and that's soccer for everyone who's American on the call, football in the UK for that. And you can see here a list of the 12 different sports that we have on offer. And many of these sports are a really nice way for students who might be competitive, but don't want to commit to regular training sessions or having to travel across the country to play lots of different matches. They can join with the halls of residence, they could join with their academic course or a society that they might be interested in, and they can play a competitive sport literally on their doorstep. And we do also have a varsity, which is where we take on another very popular sports university, Loughborough, in the IMS varsity. And there is also an all-star league as well. So the best players within the intramural program actually play against our university teams. So it gives that really nice opportunity for students to play a competitive sport, but then also have a bit more time for themselves to kind of enjoy their academics, do a bit more research, or maybe travel the country or really experience what the University of Nottingham nightlife is about as well. So we also have a Just Play program, which is literally what it says on the tin. It is a Just Play program. So there is no commitment. You don't have to attend every week. You can attend when it fits around your kind of schedule. You might have a week off lectures where you can come in and get involved in the Just Play program. And again, we have a wide range of different sports and activities available for students to get part of. So it could be climbing, it could be swimming, lacrosse. And again, this is open to everyone. So no matter what level they're at, they might never have picked up a lacrosse stick in their life. They might never have tried traditional English rugby, but everyone can come along and try it. And again, if they've got the sport wellbeing package and they are part of the university halls of residence, they can access that for free as well. So we really pride ourselves at Nottingham on making sure sport is for everyone. So we were the first university to employ a disability sport officer, and we now have 3 full-time members of staff working within disability sport to provide award-winning programs for all students, irrespective of disabilities. So it is really open to everyone, and a lot of these are open to everyone. So able-bodied or disabled can come in and get involved. So we've got sports such as boccia, wheelchair basketball, a wide range of different sports. Also, our gym facilities are actually accessible. So we've got a lot of accessible specific gym equipment that any student can use as well. So they can get involved in sport no matter what level or what disability they might have. So again, here's a little rundown of some of the different programs that we have. So we've got inclusive sessions through our Just Play sessions. We've got a buddy scheme where students can have a one-to-one kind of personal training session and support fitness programs as well. So a wide range of different opportunities for those students to access. And I'm just where my light has just gone off as there's a thunderstorm coming. So hopefully we stay on the call as well. There is a great opportunity for students to boost their employability. So even if they might never have played the sport or they might not be interested in sport at all, and the people want to just come to the university and get their degree and leave, there are opportunities for them to develop through the Leadership Academy and develop some of those soft skills that employers are looking for. And we do have another award-winning Leadership Academy with a lot of different opportunities for students to get involved. So that might be supporting coaching in schools, actually delivering some of the sessions, officiating or volunteering at major events, supporting some of the kind of operational procedures that we might have through our kind of sports facilities as well. And this blends itself really nicely to students coming to the university, getting to meet new people, but being a leadership role, and also allowing them to have some funding available for training set qualifications that they might be interested in, but also ultimately developing those soft skills that employers are looking for in the workplace, to really make sure that they're standing out in the university kind of field as well. So performance sport. So I've mentioned quite a lot around our kind of sport for all offer. We do have a very strong performance sport offer at the university. So here you can see some of the stats that we have. We are currently second place in the British University College rankings, and that's out of around 160 different institutions. We're number one for in the UK for team sports. So if you are working with any students or know of anyone who is a budding athlete and they really want to excel at the next level, then Nottingham in the UK has a really strong opportunity for them to do that. We have a wide range of different teams that I've alluded to. This year, we won 11 of 20 national titles that we entered, and we won 42 league titles. So we do pride ourselves in our sport, and we do want to be the best that we can be at our sport. But like I said before, there are those opportunities for everyone, no matter what their ability. And one thing I think is really exciting about Nottingham is we have around 80 different athletes on Olympic pathways across all of those different sports that I mentioned before. So even if some of your students have got an interest in sport and they're on in lectures, they might be rubbing shoulders with future Olympians. They might even be training in the gym with kind of Commonwealth Games athletes, European athletes as well, which I think is a really cool and unique offer for some of the traditional kind of Russell Group universities to have such an excellent sport offer as well. And just to allude to that, we've had alumni across kind of all kind of Olympic, Commonwealth, world levels. And none being more famous probably than Deng Yaping, who was classed as a Chinese athlete of the century. And there are scholarships available through Chinese athletes for Chinese athletes to come over. And it just kind of shows the level that some of our athletes are operating at. We've spent a lot on our sports facilities, and one thing I want to allude to that is slightly different to some of the colleges in America is a lot of our sports facilities are multi-purpose built. So what that means is they're built for our elite sports teams, but they're also built for every student to access. So you might be playing in the 5th team for a university team, but you'll still be using the same facilities as what a member of the first team might be doing, which again is quite an exciting opportunity for students to come and access and come see some of those facilities. So we have invested over 50 million in building the David Ross Sports Facility, which opened in 2016. And some of these are world-class facilities. So you can see in the background, that picture is of our high performance zone, which is accessible for our elite athletes. So again, if there's anyone who is an elite athlete or aspiring elite athlete, and they're wondering what sports facilities might look like in the university, you can see a real flavour of that. We have got excellent sports facilities and excellent facilities available for elite athletes to come and still excel at their sport, which is another really exciting opportunity. Just a little list of some of the facilities that we have at the David Ross Sports Facilities. We have one of the largest sports halls in Europe, which is 6 length badminton courts, 4 basketball courts side by side, full-side football pitch as well with it indoors. We have the high performance zone, sport injury clinic, and I have got some pictures that I'll go through and show you guys later on that you can see that as well and see what the facilities look like. We've also got a very traditional English snooker room, or snooker, as a lot of Americans call it, which is, if you've not played snooker, is kind of a posh version of pool, shall we say. So here's some pictures. So this is the other side of the high performance zone. There's a 60-meter running track down the middle, and all of the kind of weights and kind of equipment that any budding athlete might want to use. So if you are working with any students through the kind of Marshall Scholarship, and there's any students who are interested in actually playing sport at a really high level, we would be really interested in talking to them and showing them some of these facilities as well. Here's another kind of look at some of the facilities as well, and you can see the green and gold banding as well, branding across the kind of all of our equipment. So this is a high performance zone again. We've just recently reinvested 1.5 million into a refurb of our swimming pool. So this is home to our water polo teams, our swimming club, and also canoe polo clubs as well, alongside general members of the university, students being able to access it for lane swimming, learning to swim programs, alongside general members as well who can use it. So really nice facility. And actually, when we have our competitions on a Wednesday, it can get quite rowdy and boisterous within the kind of low ceiling. Lots of people coming in to watch our university teams competing against other universities in the country. This is the fitness centre at the David Ross. So it's a large space which every student can access. And if you can remember me talking about the health and wellbeing package at the beginning of the conversation, this is accessible to all students who are in halls of residence at the university as well. And here's another picture of it down the other side as well. And there's lots of kind of machines and cardiovascular equipment between those two pictures as well. This is one of 2 purpose-built movement studios, which are home to kind of our fitness class program offer. So dance, Zumba, and we do have some boxing sessions within there as well. So fitness classes, which people can come and get access to in between lectures, be it lunchtimes, after work, or before kind of university starts. We have sessions going from 7 a.m. in the morning, which I know for quite a lot of students is a bit too early for that, but we do have sessions running all the way till 10 p.m. at night in the evenings as well. So they can get access to fitness classes and again, meet new people, stay fit and active whilst balancing a degree as well. So this is a picture of the sports hall, and this is only half of the facility available. So it's actually, if you picture this on the other side as well, it's 4 basketball courts side by side. And again, this is home to a lot of our sports clubs. So if any students aren't wanting to play and just wanting to come and watch sport, and whilst they're at the university, they can come along on a Wednesday and probably watch 5 or 6 different sports within the same seat without having to move, which is a really cool and exciting offer, which is quite different to a lot of kind of other universities across the world as well. Here you can see our purpose-built dojo, which is home to our martial arts clubs, so karate, boxing, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, and we have some of the best kind of martial artists in the university, some actually on Olympic pathways and looking to qualify for the next Olympic Games. But we've also got people who've never done it before. So if there are students who want to stay active, try new things, I'm repeating myself, but they can come along and kind of get involved and do some self-defense classes, meet new people and feel really kind of safe in a purpose-built environment with excellent coaches who will kind of make sure that the students are safe and learning something new whilst they're at university. We support student athlete wellbeing, and we have a purpose-built health and wellbeing suite with sports injury clinics, hydrotherapy, sauna, steam rooms, and this is accessible to all students at the university. You can come along and use our physiotherapy, which is similar to athletic training. So even if there's people who want to do a fun run and they've got an injury, they can actually access physiotherapy support on site and actually use that as well. There is a wide range as well of offer for our elite athletes as well to use these facilities. So physiotherapy appointments through part of our sports scholarship program, which I'll talk about in a bit. And also we have a hydrotherapy pool and a plunge pool. So ice water treatment. So if you have got students who are participating in our regular weekly fixtures, they can come in after a match, jump in the plunge pool in the ice bath, and feel recovered and ready to go for the next game or the next training session. And again, students across the university can use these facilities as well. We do have campuses, not just the University Park campus, but we have 3 different campuses, including the University Park campus. We've got Jubilee Sports Centre and Jubilee Campus, which is home to the business school, Sutton Bonington Sports Centre, which is much more agriculture based and vet med kind of opportunities. All of these these campuses have their own sports facilities. So they've got their own gyms, they've got fitness courts, they've got wide kind of ranges of tennis courts, grass pitches. So depending on where the students are based on campus, they can get involved in sport no matter what. And then we've also got purpose-built sports facilities, so Highfields and Riverside Complex, which is home to kind of an international standard hockey pitch. We have the Nottingham Tennis Centre, which is actually hosting a pre-tennis Wimbledon competition, which is an ATP ranked event. So again, if students are wanting to watch sport or participate in sport, there's international level competitions going on in Nottingham, and we've got international facilities that all the students can use as well. Here's a picture of the Jubilee 3G AstroTurf and some lacrosse going on. This is Sutton Bonington. This is the Highfields complex, so rugby, and you can see the Trent Tower in the background, and that's the heart of the University Park campus, again kind of showing the leafy green kind of spaces that students can be part of. Here's our purpose-built beach volleyball courts. I was actually on the beach volleyball courts today. We had a scholars barbecue. It was very warm today and it's now just started raining, so we got very lucky, and we've got these facilities that all students can access as well. And this is the Riverside complex as well, which has 30 grass soccer pitches, which is a massive venue, which a lot of our sports leagues, intramural games actually go on a weekend. All of these are really accessible by public transport, and we have shuttle buses running through the university for free as well, and a lot you can walk to as well. So it is really easy to access the facilities at the university. We do actually heavily recruit into America, and we've had relationships with over 150 NCAA colleges and institutions. We've been recruiting since around 2014 across a wide range of different sports, from American football, women's soccer, women's hockey, lacrosse, rowing, swimming, and we've had around 350 athletes come from America and from the NCAA to actually participate and study a master's after they've graduated from their undergrad degrees in America, and they can still compete because we don't have the same eligibility rules that America does. So a student, as long as they are registered to be a student at a university, can keep competing no matter what. So you can do a master's degree, you could then do another master's, you could go on and do a PhD. And as long as you're a student, you can still compete for the university in the British University College Sport Championships. But with a lot of our relationships and a lot of partnerships, if there are any of people on the call who are working with some of these institutions, we would be really happy to link up and provide a bit more of an opportunity around what the sport offer looks like if there are students who are really interested in excelling at their sport when they come to Nottingham as well. So again, what is the sports scholarship opportunity? So if there are athletes who are working at the elite level, they can study for a master's, a PhD while still competing at the high level, and also traveling to Europe, like I mentioned before on the call, because we do have a bit more downtime within our season, unlike some other kind of American institutions and other institutions in the UK as well. This shows our sports scholarship offer. So obviously there might be people who are going for the Marshall Scholarship, but there might be other students who you're working with who are interested in sport-specific scholarships. And we do have a range of non-sport and academic scholarships available as well. But you can see that we can offer academic department scholarships up to 60%. Dependent on the students having a GPA above 3, we can offer sports scholarships and also nationality scholarships. And one thing that's really nice about the UK, and I'm sure a lot of people on the call are aware, you can still use your federal aid and FAFSA to actually pay for coming to the university. So it makes it a very attractive package. Here's some of the specialist support services that are actually available to our elite athletes. So strength and conditioning, physiotherapy, performance lifestyle, which is similar to kind of academic advising, looking at that holistic support. So balancing the students' dual career, so making sure that they are getting the best out of their sport, but then also making sure they're getting the most out of their degree and what they're going to do with their degree after they've graduated. And then we also have psychology and nutrition support available for athletes. The university offers academic flexibility for elite athletes, and what this means is if they are wanting to have to change assessments because they might have an international competition coming up or coursework clashes, there are opportunities for students to actually change their flexibility based on that. We do, and this is not just for our kind of elite sport, but we do really pride ourselves at the university on really running a holistic support model. So providing students with excellent facilities to participate in sport, but excellent level coaching, from beginner coaching all the way to kind of international level coaches, but then also support around academic courses, around student mental health, and our kind of students union provide some really strong advice around careers opportunities. One thing that is really nice about the university as well, once you are a graduate of Nottingham, you're classed as a graduate for life. So you can actually access the career service 10, 15, 20 years down the line. So if a student does have a midlife crisis and they wants to change their career, they can actually access Nottingham services 20 years later, and we will support them with that. So it's really trying to create that holistic model that allows not just students to come and get really good degrees or come and be excellent athletes, but to be a balanced person and improve themselves and improve their lives while they're at the university. And coming to Nottingham, being able to be part of sport and travel, see the UK and see Europe whilst they're here, I think is a really nice way of them being able to do that. So thank you very much for listening. Hopefully that was quite informative around what sport we have on offer. I'm happy to answer any questions, and if I can't answer any specifics, happy to kind of go back and get contact details and provide them to you. But thank you very much for listening. I'm not sure, Emma, if there's anything you would like to add at all.
Well, thanks so much, David. I learn something every time as well, and love hearing about the sports offering. And as David said, everyone, we do travel to the US frequently, specifically to recruit postgraduate athletes. I'm sure David and his colleague Phil would love to drop by and say hi when they're next at your institution, as I will. And I can see a couple of questions about specific sports programs. Hi, Teresa. I'd be more than happy to set up a virtual meeting with you and your student about those two programs. I think it does vary on the career path, but both are very similar programs. So I'm happy to chat to you about those and the different types of entry requirements, because there is some flexibility there as well. I know that some of those facilities for the sports medicine programs are at David Ross, aren't they, David?
Yeah, they are, and it's good as well because a lot of those courses actually give the students those opportunities to get that practical experience, so they can work actually on a Wednesday and volunteer on a Wednesday on pitch side, potentially doing some of that kind of medical support pitch side for some of our teams and athletes.
Thanks, David. And that's right. That reminds me that the applied sports program is for those kind of students who want that kind of experience as well, the pitch side, first aid and injuries. So if they're wanting to go into that, down that career path, that's certainly the program out of the two that they would probably choose. So happy to chat more about those when we meet as well, Teresa.
All right. Are there any further questions from the audience? You have a wonderful institution here. I don't want to steal your time.
That's okay. I was just going to say, if anybody, if advisors are ever visiting the UK, you are most welcome to visit, and we'll, develop a tour for you with some of our, certainly David and the sports department, but some of our current international ambassadors as well. It's a really special campus. And just something that I would add is that US students really will feel at home. We have quite a large population of US students, over 200 on an average year, over 8,000 international students. So it's they definitely feel at home quickly on campus, which really sets us apart. So if anybody is visiting, we would welcome you on campus as well, so that you can see it all for yourself.
It sounds like a lovely place for sure. I've definitely heard some wonderful things about Nottingham, and it's a great location as well. I've heard Nottingham's a pretty cool place to visit. So if I'm ever down in that neck of the woods, I'll look you guys up if that's all right.
Oh yeah, sure, please do.
Well, thank you very much, the University of Nottingham. Thank you, David. Thank you, Emma. And thank you to our wonderful NAFA advisors for taking part in today's session. It was a pleasure to learn more about the sports program. And it's definitely making me look at my run after work that little bit more after today's session. So
Same
thank you
here.
for the motivation. I appreciate that. Take care, everyone. I'll go ahead and put a stop to the recording now. And Emma's details and David's details were both in that presentation and also in the chat. So do feel free to take those down as relevant. Thanks, guys. And we look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thanks so much for hosting.
Yeah,
No,
thank you
not a
very
problem
much.
at all. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
You too.